started 14th. Didn't really want to start that back, but, made a couple mistakes in my qualifier and put us back a little bit. But, I knew we had a really good car and that we'd be able to make our way through the field. And, we did just that. We were, in 8th at the moment, and I think we could have got maybe 1 or 2 more spots, but had made some contact with the person behind me. It spun me around. Did a 360, kept going, but that's a rule here. You can't do that. So we did get sent to the tail, and at that point there was only 4 laps left. So unfortunately we weren't able to make up any ground, especially with the track conditions. So we're going to be buried pretty deep on Saturday. I think we're all the way in the back in an E-main, but I'm going to do my best and try to make it through and run some soup. I really haven't had to do it yet. Whenever my very first year here I was running, I was buried so deep, but I didn't have the ability. I didn't know how to pass cars, but now after having a couple years under my belt, I know that I know how to pass cars and work my way through traffic a little bit better than I did. And so it's honestly, it all kind of depends on the track conditions. Usually for those lower mains, they don't do any track prep, so we might get lucky and have a couple lanes, but sometimes it's just 1 lane around the bottom. So it's going to be the luck of the draw there, and just hope that the track conditions are good enough to where we are able to make up some ground. Goal every year is to be able to make the A main, and it makes it a lot tougher when you're coming so deep back, but I hopefully we'll have some luck on our side. There is luck involved in Chili Bowl, pill draw and all of that stuff. So, but Saturday I'm just going to do the best I can. I'm super confident in our team. We had a really fast car all night last night. Just things didn't go on our way.
I live 15 minutes from here, so I've been growing up around here. My uncles raced with O-Fix Co. back in the day, and so I just came here with my dad, Steve Ham, watched Sammy and Kevin just dominate this place. So, never did I think that I'd get to stand on that same stage. So pretty neat. We got a little work to do here, so before we can win us another one. I don't feel a whole lot of pressure. I feel like I kind of know how to win in a sense to do that and stay out of trouble and stuff. So I don't know. It makes you feel different, but it just makes you want to go back and get more and then do the Saturday, not just a prelim night. So I run like 360 sprint cars throughout the year and things like that. So we're going to do all the USAC stuff next year with the midget still, and then run a little bit of Silver Crown stuff and sprint cars. So really just a full about 80 race schedule. So and then come back in here and hopefully do better.
I had a lot of fun. These cars are a lot of fun to drive, especially in this building. And yeah, I wish I won my heat race and wish I won my qualifier to put me in the mix. I think if I started 6th or something like that, I'm for sure on the podium. I don't know if I was anywhere near as good as Buddy or Hank Davis, but I think I was easily a 3rd place car there. So it would have been cool to see what I had against those guys. Just ran out of time, which was a 40-lap race. I felt like I was on the bottom long enough and moved up at the right time, and then used the bottom to make some moves happen and respond to some slide jobs and stuff like that. So I mixed up with T-Mez a little bit, and I think it's Cameron Key, raced with him, a lot, and just happy to finish well, pass cars, and feel like we finished the A main like we're charging forward. You want to lock in to have a good chance Saturday night, and we didn't do that, but I feel like our car is plenty good enough to get in the show, but you definitely want to lock in. You just don't know what could happen in those B mains, so it's a bummer we weren't able to lock in, but we have a good shot on Saturday, and hopefully I could put a whole Chili Bowl together.
Well, honestly, I feel like I did mediocre. We started 8th. I wanted to run to 3rd. I felt like that my team deserved to run to 3rd. But in this building, expectations aren't always what they want to be. You know what I mean? So we moved forward a couple spots, and there was plenty of times out there I thought I was going to turn it over because I was full send trying to go forward. So we managed to keep the thing in one piece. I think about halfway through the race, I told myself, if you flip this thing, you're going to be in like a G main. So let's just run 8th, okay? And so we moved forward. Had a really good race with David Gravel. I kept trying to sneak by him, and he'd run that ghost slider at the other end. So, it wasn't what we wanted, but I'll take it. We're in the B, I think. And, that's a good place to be here, okay? Because it's a long Saturday, and if I have to get up at 9 o'clock and show up here and race all day, done. But this will allow us to show up at like 7 o'clock, be part of the big program, and so I'm super pumped. Thanks to Tim Engler for giving me this beautiful hot rod. John Farrell, Chuck, and you know, my lovely girlfriend for selling shirts, and everybody that bought T-Mez shirts. We didn't have the car we really wanted, but you know, when I came in, John said, "Hey, this is night 6." We ran 6th, you know, and I feel pretty good. There's a lot of good cars here, and we'll just take all the notes from tonight and move it on to the next night. You know, ultimately, you got to race the track, and the track was tricky tonight, so we might not even have to worry about the track. It might come right to us. I really felt like me and Buddy were gonna put on a show for everybody, and my fans really thought I was gonna run good. And you know, it's tough. I gotta just stay positive. You know, I'm selling shirts and we're racing. It's, you know, it's January, and so I'm trying to stay positive. And hey, if you didn't know, I got a YouTube channel. This will all be posted Wednesday at 6, T-Mez TV. Go check it out, and if you could, like and subscribe.
The first 3 quarters of the night could not have went any better. You know, luckily we were able to test at Port City a few days before, just, you know, so I could get a little bit acclimated to the car, at least know what it feels like. But it really didn't feel, you know, a lot different than what I've, you know, had in the past. You know, still the same chassis, same engine, just the minor details are different. So, you know, fortunate, you know, to have a car that felt good from the very beginning. And, you know, with our heat race starting 3rd, we knew we had to win to be, you know, up there in the points, and we were able to do that. And then the qualifier starting 4th, again, it was, you know, we view everything as a must-win situation, whether it is or not. You know, so it's just the confidence that the team, you know, and I have in the race car and myself, and you know, it's the feeling is mutual between, you know, all of us here. So just really fortunate to have you know, Steve, Bobby, and Staten just putting together an awesome team, you know, with us 3 drivers. And you know, we have some really good partners too with Eclipse Claims Consulting that came on board for the Chili Bowl. You know, we couldn't do it without them and the rest of their partners. So you know, super thankful for everybody involved, and you know, fortunate that we were able to give them a podium tonight. And after last year, you know, kind of the same song and dance, right? Like, we missed it by 1, ran the B main, you know, was able to transfer. So just being at the front of a B main is really important. You know, it's better than being in the back, I guess, you know, but we still get, you know, 15 more laps to fine tune the race car and watch the track, see how it does and how it feels. So I feel like that is valuable in some capacity. Whether it's more valuable than racing the pole shuffle and getting a few more positions, probably not. But you know, in the grand scheme of things, it could be a lot worse. You know, we're in a really good spot, and you know, we have a really good car. So I'm confident, you know, that we can go to the A and you know, make some forward progress there.
Yeah, I'm just proud. You know, I know I'm sure half the people here probably thought it was a fluke last year. So just locking it in and not letting Buddy just drive away is, you know, it's nice. It gives you confidence. I think, honestly, get it to a little traffic, we're probably a faster car. So knowing that, you're probably going to get to some traffic on Saturdays. So I think that as long as, you know, everything goes good, maybe we can get through some pole shuffle and maybe get a couple extra rows or something. But if we can get that, I don't know why we don't have a shot. I think we got this car way better on the curb. Sucked early. We were horrible. Went 6-2 in the heat, but still sucked. And in the qualifier, went 5-2, still sucked. And these guys just went to work, man. Got it better up against the cushion, and that's all we needed. I personally think a lot of it was me. I'm from here. I'm Oklahoma, so he's from California. We don't have a lot of rough racetracks, and he does, and he's really good at navigating it. You know, he's probably one of the best. That's why Larson's so good at it and stuff like that. So, you know, I think I just probably was a little rusted on that. So if I can clean that up for Saturday and we have something like that, I think it'll be all right. I think I've learned. You know, I've watched a lot of video and over, and I think we've just got this car better against the cushion. So I think a mixture of me last year being a little rusty in general on a curb like that, and then the car not being the best on the curb, but good, but not the best. So I think we've got it. I think we've got something figured out here to be able to go smash a curb, and we'll just line up for 55 laps and see where we end up.